Welcome! Today's video will be an overview of the digital OEE application. It is a very powerful yet simple to use application. We'll take a look at its main functionalities and behaviors. Digital OEE's main purpose is to monitor and give detailed insights related to a production's OEE, which stands for overall equipment effectiveness. Having a high percentage OEE means your factory is operating as it should in all main factors: availability, performance, and quality. Digital OEE has two main sides: settings and operations. Let's start by taking a look at the settings of the application. Inside of settings, you may configure engineering and production aspects. Let's start by defining some engineering aspects. It is very important to configure all of these items properly in order for the application to function as it should. Let's start by taking a look at locations. This will be the structure of your factory. There will be a plant, an area, lines, and machines. You can add as many lines as you wish and as many machines as you wish. To add a new machine, you may select the line and simply click the plus sign to open the pop-up. Now you need to give that machine a name. Let's choose machine 2. After a change is made, it is very important to rebuild the application. A flashing warning sign will be always reminding you to do so. You may click the brick wall icon to rebuild the application. You click yes. After a few seconds, the application will be fully rebuilt and fully functional. You may close this pop-up. You may also delete items by clicking the trash can icon. You may edit them. You can also navigate using these arrows. And a very cool feature is that you can also import and export existing settings into the application that you might have by using these icons right here. Let's take a look at line settings. Line settings will be the area where you are going to configure a reference machine for a specific area and its nominal speed, which is how many parts per minute it produces. To edit an item, you simply click on it, click the pen icon or pencil, and let's say this machine produces 6 parts per minute. We may select 6, click OK to save your changes, and you are good to go. You may also import and export existing settings into the application. Simple as that. Now let's take a look at OEE losses reasons. Here, the user will be able to define detailed reasons for the key factors that define OEE: availability, performance, and quality. Here we have a list of availability reasons, which have a loss type, a category, a reason, and a reason code. You may also navigate through performance and quality reasons. To add a new reason, simply select the KPI type that you wish and click the plus sign. You can choose the reason type, category, and reason by clicking on the ellipsis button. And the reason code will be already pre-filled for you. You may click OK to save your changes once you have done so. And you can also, of course, delete and edit reasons into the application. You can also import and export existing ones. And now a very important part of the application is the communication data sources. In version 1, OPC UA is used as the main protocol. We have one configured here as an example, and to add a new one, you may click the plus sign. You can also delete any existing ones and edit them, as well as exporting and importing existing ones into the application. Let's take a look at the one that is already configured. You may choose a data source name of your liking. We chose my OPC UA. The data source type will be already filled for you. And a few things that the user will need to configure is the endpoint for the OPC UA server, the username, and password. Once all of these are done, you may click OK to save your changes, and the application will need to be rebuilt again. Any major changes will need an application to be rebuilt. This part is very important to ensure that the application will successfully communicate with the machines in order to get their data. Let's take a look now at OEE settings. OEE settings is where the user can configure target availability, target performance, and target quality, as well as a few other items. Let's start by taking a look at the target availability. You may click the pencil to edit them. So we see that we have a target availability of 95, a target performance of 96, and a target quality of 95. These are all defined by the user, and you can change and put any values that you wish. We just put these for representation, but you can click on the number itself and type 98, for example. Click OK to save your changes, and that will be used as the target performance. You may also stipulate downtime timeout in seconds, which is going to be the number of seconds that the machine will need to be not functioning properly for it to be considered a downtime. Also, a very important part is to configure your total parts data source and total parts address. Since we had my OPC configured, we chose that, and you can choose from the list that you have configured into the application, and you need to give an address of your liking. We chose total parts. You can also choose bed parts data sources. You can give a status read data source and a status write, which is going to be how the application communicates in order to get the reasons on why the machine is not functioning as it should. Once you're done, you may click OK, and an application would be rebuild will be required, and the flashing warning sign will remind you of that. You may click the brick wall icon. All right. Now let's take a look at the general settings of the application. General settings will let the user define its TP target. TP stands for total effective equipment performance, a tolerance, and a minimum stoppage justification in seconds, which is the amount of seconds a machine needs to not be running for it to be justified. You may click apply to save your changes. Simple as that. Digital OEE automatically creates a database for the user, and you may also configure those settings yourself if you wish. You simply click the database settings, and it's going to show you your current server name, a username if applicable, a password, and a catalog name. And it's going to show if your database connection is good or bad. If you wish to create a new database, you may simply change the catalog name and the server name if applicable. If the username and password are left blank, the system will automatically use Windows authentication. You may click apply to save all of your changes. We will now take a look at the production aspects of the application. Let's start by taking a look at products. It is very simple to configure new products into the application. We have one configured as an example as product A for the SKU and product A description for its description. To add a new product, you may click the plus sign, choose a product SKU, product B, and give a description. It is very recommended that you choose a description in order to keep the application organized. You may click OK to save all of your changes, and it's going to be added for you. You may also delete and edit products as well as import and export them into the application. Let's take a look at line performance per product. Line performance per product lets the user create exceptions. Let's say a line has a nominal speed of 12 and another line has a nominal speed of 6. The machine of nominal speed 6 breaks down, and it is a very busy season of the year. The user can then configure a specific line to produce a certain product at a lower nominal speed than what is already configured to. The application will always favor nominal speeds configured in the line performance per product screen. You may click the plus sign to add a new exception. You may delete new ones by clicking the trash can and edit by clicking the pencil. You can also import and export existing ones into the application. You need to select a line, a product, and its nominal speed. We're going to select line 1, product B, and that line's nominal speed is 6. Let's put that this product is 3 parts per minute. We can click OK. and that will be added in for you, and the application will now favor this nominal speed for product B. And line 1. Let's take a look at shift settings. Here you will be able to create shift templates as well as shift allocations. Let's start by taking a look at shift templates. We have a default template set as an example where 3 shifts are configured: morning, afternoon, and night. This feature is very handy as most factories have predetermined shifts in advance. The user can utilize this screen to configure a template with up to 5 shifts. You can click the plus sign to create a new template, delete existing ones by clicking the trash can, edit, and import and export ones into the application. You will need to input a shift name, a start time, end time, a duration in minutes, and schedule breaks in minutes. Now let's take a look at shift allocation, which will be used to define shifts for weekdays and weekends, and to create exceptions as well for holidays, for example, or any dates that require a change in how the shifts work. We may create one for Thanksgiving, for example, which will fall on November 26th of 2020. You can go here, select November 26th. Everything matches well. It's going to be in our default template, and we can type something as Thanksgiving for the comment. And we just created a shift exception, and we can see right here that the default shift template for weekdays is our default, and default shift template for weekends is our default as well, which you can easily edit by clicking the pencil icon and selecting the shifts that you create in the future. Let's now review order scheduling, which is another very important part of the application. Here you will schedule your orders. To add a new order, simply click the plus sign and fill in a process order name, as well as a product SKU, location, quantity required, a start date, and a start time. I recommend utilizing military time format when defining a start time, and the status will be new. You may click OK to create a new order. Simple as that. We can see here that we have already an order created into the system. Its order status is on hold. Its process order name is order 0001. At line 1, it produces product A, and it needs 15 parts to be produced. It has not started yet. It's on hold, so its quantity remaining is still 15. It was created on May 6th at 8:52 a.m., and its start time it's projected to May 6th at 10 a.m. You may also delete, edit, import and export orders into the application. We have now reviewed all of our engineering configuration. Let's dive into operations. Operations will provide you with a series of very detailed dashboards to fully monitor your factory's performance. We'll start by taking a look at real-time OEE dashboard, which will show you our current order's progress. Here the user can choose a location and a process order. Would not want to make this overview extremely long, so a full order will not be reviewed. However, I will have a screenshot which I will go over a few details. The real-time OEE dashboard will present the user with precise statistics on key factors that shape their production line's OEE. This screenshot demonstrates the dashboard without any location or order selected. In order to select a location, simply click the ellipsis button. After selecting a location, the process order field should change to not assigned if there are orders created for that location, as shown in the screenshot. To action on the order, click on the order status gray rectangle, and the following pop-up will appear. Orders associated with the selected location will now appear. Please select an order and click OK. Now the following pop-up will appear. The application will give you two options: put order on hold and start order. For this demonstration, start order will be selected. The dashboard will now look like this screenshot. The dashboard will show the current values related to the order. Since the order has just started, the availability of the machine is 100%, the performance is 0%, and the quality is also 100%. The screen would also show an estimate completion time located above the quality section. It will show the actual, planned, and expected completion time. Actual will represent the current progress of the order based on parts produced. Planned will be calculated based on the line's nominal speed or product's nominal speed if an exception was created. And expected will be calculated based on the current performance of the machine. If an error occurs and the production line is affected, the expected completion time should increase. Here's a screenshot of an order in progress. The process order completion markers have been adjusted based on the amount of parts needed for the order as well as the nominal speed of the selected machine. The dashboard above is displaying OEE statistics on the right side of the screen as a grid view. It shows the order planned quantity, good parts count, MTTR, which stands for mean time to repair, expected parts count, bad parts count, and MTBF, which stands for mean time between failures. The dashboard now shows the OEE statistics in a bar chart view, as the screenshot represents. The real-time OEE dashboard will also give the option to view the statistics for OOE, which stands for Overall Operations Effectiveness. It is possible to interchange between OEE and OOE views while the order is being executed. The dashboard also gives the option to view losses in minutes and view losses in parts. In an event of a loss in one of the OEE factors, a warning will appear notifying the user. By default, the loss will be defined as unknown, as shown in the screen. In order to justify and give the loss more detail for further improvements, you may click on the warning. The following pop-up will appear. The user will need to select a loss and click on a plus sign in order to add a reason to the loss. Each KPI has its own categories. In the example above, the quality KPI was selected, and therefore rework and scrap were presented as possible categories. Scrap was selected, and in-process damage was also selected as a reason for the loss. Towards the bottom left corner of the screen, the quantity of parts affected were defined as well as a comment. After the desired information was inserted, the user may click OK to save the changes. Now the quality losses pop-up will include the details of the selected loss as seen on the screen. Towards the bottom of the screen, it is possible to observe the machine state bar. This element will give the user a detailed view of the occurrences where the machine was running, under planned or unplanned downtime, and in idle. The image in the screen shows a machine that was running and went into idle. The user may click into the bar itself to view detailed information about the states as seen below. Now let's take a look at Operational Review Report. After an order is complete, it is possible to generate a report to review each aspect of the finished order. The report screen will contain dashboard elements in order to give the user a choice to view information in a visual mode as shown in the screen, and in a grid mode as shown right now. The user will need to select a start and end date for the application to search for. Also, a line/machine is required, a product, a process order, and a shift name. After receiving all of the required information, the application will then prompt the user to refresh the screen as shown in the screenshot. If an order is found within the chosen parameters, the application will show the data related to the specific order. This dashboard is a great way to receive a detailed overview of each order and analyze the positive and negative aspects of each. And now, coming to the end of our video, we'll take a look at Closed Orders OEE dashboard. The Closed Orders OEE screen is very similar to the real-time OEE dashboard. However, as the name suggests, instead of showing a live order, it gives the user the ability to review closed orders in an environment that is very similar and will show the same elements as the real-time OEE dashboard. A great feature is the ability to justify downtimes so that it can be reflected on the final report. To justify downtime, simply click on the red rectangle containing a warning sign on its right. The following pop-up will appear. Select an item that needs justification and then click on the plus sign. We have reached the end of the video. Thank you very much for your time. I hope this overview was helpful, and may you enjoy digital OEE.